All right. Hello, everybody. I am excited to have Anastasia with me here today to do our my second Reiki Master interview. I just wanted to offer these interviews for those that are considering receiving Reiki or taking Reiki, that you can hear different stories from different practitioners who have really committed to this journey, and hear different perspectives, and maybe help you with deciding if can be part of your journey. So Anastasia, I'm happy to welcome you. What initially drew you to Reiki, and what made you decide to do it?
Well, hi. First of all, I'm so honored that you even offered to interview me. I'm like, really? Okay, okay. Yeah, really happy to share about Reiki because it's really changed things for me. And well, it's kind of a long story, and I'm not going to go into all of that. But I just basically I had some health issues and chronic health issues. And it kind of hit me hard in 2021 and 2022. So in 2023, I kind of decided, something needs to change. Like I realized it was just in this vicious cycle. It just kept going, and I was like, you know what? In my mind, I said, I'm done. I need to change something. And um, I stumbled upon tarot, and I didn't really know what tarot was before. I mean, I'd heard of it. So, I mean, I got just really interested in it, got to learning it and started reading for myself. And then somehow thing led to another. I feel like when you pick up a crystal, like once you said that, when you pick up a crystal, your whole awakening journey starts. But for me, it was a tarot deck, I think. And so then a coworker of mine she knew I was kind of struggling with things, and she was like, well, maybe you just need to let go of that trauma and just do some sort of clearing and energy healing. And she was like, have you heard of Reiki? And I had heard of it, but I'd never really tried it. I thought it was like a Chinese, like, wah, wah, something. like
Like
a,
qigong or something like that, or like tai chi, or
Tai Chi, yes. So
yeah.
I didn't really know what it was. So, but I was like, okay, I'll just look for a practitioner. And I was led to your website, and I immediately knew, oh, okay, I think this is it. And so my Reiki journey started with an appointment with you that I had, and it was really emotional, and I cried a lot during and after. And it wasn't, I mean, it's pleasant to cry, but I just realized that was a lot of, emotions that I held within me that just needed to be expressed and shared with someone. And I felt really like the energy was moving. And then I am the kind of person who is very practical, and I like all kinds of self-help tools. I mean, you know, I would look at herbs first before I go to medicine, always. And so I'm always looking for ways to help myself. And when I realized that you can learn to do Reiki yourself and you can learn to channel this energy, that I was like, perfect. Like, I need to try it. So that's how I got to your Reiki class. I think I was just really moved by like an appointment with you, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try this self-help tool. I'm really, really glad that I did.
I am glad you did too. It's been fun
Yeah.
to watch your journey and see how you've applied it first and foremost for yourself, and then letting it expand. Did you notice any differences between, like, when you took your level 1, your level 2, and your level 3, or maybe even just a little bit about each step of your journey?
Yeah. So I remember my first one was very kind of important and kind of awakening, I would say. I felt like I started dreaming more after that. I remember having some really vivid dreams after that. And I felt like my tarot readings personally were a lot more accurate right after, is what I've noticed. But I was really focusing on just, I had a hard time meditating because or just sitting still, because I'm just an active person usually. And I decided, I really need to to use Reiki to center myself and to learn how to meditate. So at first, I was really just doing it in the mornings, like doing it as a meditation on myself, self Reiki. And I noticed at first, I didn't notice right away. I guess I had to really pay attention. But um, after a couple of weeks, I noticed that if I do it in the morning, then like I had some back issues or SI joint, I would say, that keeps locking up. And so I noticed that if I did that in the morning on myself, then my muscles would relax. And later that day, I could even like unlock my SI joint. Like I twisted a certain way and it just released. And I noticed that that started happening, not always, but more and more often, that I was able to help myself with that. So I realized that I think Reiki for me is more like, you know how your body is in a fight or flight when you have something going on serious, and I was in that fight or flight sympathetic kind of nervous system response for a long time. And so I think Reiki helped me get to the parasympathetic, or whatever it's called, where you're more relaxed. You know, and once you're more relaxed and less anxiety, I started noticing that my muscles would also relax. So that was it for me. And I actually don't remember, because it was like 2023 when I first took it. And I think my second class was 2024, must have been. I honestly don't recall, but um, I I noticed the difference like after the first class, after the second class also. But what really, really kind of pushed me forward is the master class, and I wasn't even planning on taking it. Like I was practicing on myself, I would do it on my kids, you know, but I wasn't practicing it on other people, even though I learned how to do it. I mean, I did it also like virtually with my parents who live overseas and things like that. So, but November 2024, I kind of stumbled upon your post that said, "Hey, the Reiki level 3 is coming up," and I'm like, "Well, I don't know if I want to go or not," but something kept telling me, "Well, you should go." And that same week, kind of like last minute, I signed up, and I
You signed up the morning of the class. I know you give me like a heads up that you might come like a few days before, and I loved it. But like you're like, I'm thinking about it, but I'll let you know. And then in that morning, I think I saw your registration come through, and I was like, oh, she decided.
Yes, and I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to commit. It's just that I don't know. I wasn't sure if that's what I need to do or not. But and then I realized really quickly why that happened. Why I needed to be in that class is somebody in your class, which I love, shared about one of the symbols that they used and a specific situation. I think it was the virus symbol, and how it helped somebody that they were doing Reiki on. And I realized, well, my coworker was going through a similar issue, and I thought to myself, well, maybe that's why. Like, what are the chances that she would mention the same exact issue at this class? And I'm just like, well, maybe I'm supposed to help her. And so I did. I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, can we do these sessions virtually?" And we did. We did 3 sessions total, and because she asked for another one, and it was I I think she said it really helped her, and it actually she took Reiki after that. She took Reiki course herself after that, and that's I think when I kind of started getting the call, I guess, to practice it more, to really share it, to really do it more on like my husband, my kids, and maybe even to other people. And so that's kind of where I'm at now, is trying to figure that out. But it's really it's that last one that really did it for me. I don't know what it is. I don't want to downgrade the second or the first, because they are the major stepping stones. But I'm just saying, for my personal experience, it was something about specific symbol in a third. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that you always, with each level, were very intentional about, is this right for me? And even it makes a fun story, right? That you showed up, decided the last minute,
Yeah.
but I love that you actually tune in and honor, is this right for me? Because I think in our society, especially for overachiever, busy people, it's easy to be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that, and you can
Yeah.
start chasing certifications and classes and things. And so I love that you took time to honor yourself and find out if it's really what was needed at that time in your life. So
Mm.
I just wanted to acknowledge that, and I think
Oh,
it's great.
thank you. Yeah, I think it was definitely was the right thing to do. And I just overall, there like it gave me a new purpose, I guess, in life because I was kind of lost there for a while. And I feel like um Reiki and just mindfulness overall gave me kind of a new purpose and redirection in my life.
Mhm.
So I highly recommend it for even spiritual growth, for finding out, what your purpose is. Because I really feel like it gave me, like, it pushed me slowly in certain directions, towards certain people. I started noticing more synchronicities for sure. That's one thing for sure. I started noticing, I forgot to mention that. I think that was even after the first class. It was just, I mean, these little, specific numbers that show up at specific times, and then just specific even animals that carry a message, and then something happens that same day. You're like, what? So yeah.
Well, and I think, I mean, the traditional Yusui um, Japanese style of Reiki, like, I mean, it was really designed to be spiritual development, and to really focus on that was really kind of how it all started. And I'm glad that it's evolved and so much more. But I think you just nailed that, right? Is it just helps open your intuition, helps you know your purpose. And I've seen that over and over with different students, whether it's mostly students, but even people that just receive Reiki as well. But, sometimes people do end up, kind of being called more to do sessions on people, or sometimes they use it in their real life. And I love hearing how people, if they work in a corporate environment, how they can incorporate Reiki into the corporate, because we're still human no matter what we do for a living. And so if we can find a way to bridge that gap and use this as our spiritual development, I really think that's the beauty of it. And so yeah.
Yeah, and it's really played like it really kind of helps me realign my energy if I send myself, like, I remember now to send myself love, if there's something stressful coming up, if I'm going to have a difficult conversation with someone, kind of send that Reiki so that it can go smoother. And I noticed that that is helping as well in my personal relationships. And I just overall, just my approach to problems, has changed because before I would just freak out. It's just like the world is gonna end. But now it's just like, oh, it's chill. It's all gonna be okay. So
And that's one of the things I love about Reiki too, is it does give us a tool, right? Like in
yeah.
those moments when we're freaked out, or like even having your family live in another part of the world, and things are happening, like what's a tool or that you can use to help ground and still be able to help people, whether they're face to face or across the world, or like I said, even just for our own something to do with when all this energy increases in us, anxiety, stress, worry, and being able to channel that in a very productive, helpful way, and kind of
Mhm.
clear the web so we can tap into our intuition and get the clear guidance on the next step to make. So
Yes.
I love using Reiki for that as well.
Yes, that's I know, I agree. This is an amazing tool, self-help tool. I mean, if you're gonna learn anything, I would suggest definitely learning that, and then, learning how to, I don't know, use herbs or whatever. I mean, I just whatever people find helpful in their lives. Definitely.
Well, you answered my next question, and if there's anything you want to add to that, but that was going to ask you, is what advice would you give people that are considering taking Reiki?
Oh, there's no reasons why not to take it. There's zero reasons. First of all, Reiki can never hurt anything. And I feel like it's just it's a wonderful self-help tool. I'm a very practical person. I'm no BS type of person. I'm kind of I used to be a lot more logical, but now I'm kind of starting to really opening up to really spirituality. But I'm still a practical person. I'm not gonna do something if it's not helping me. Like,
Mhm.
and it is helping, so that's why I continue doing it. So whether it's for physical body, for immune system, it's wonderful. I have done Reiki on my kids, like right around the time when everybody starts getting sick. And they would like catch sniffles, but then they would be gone in 3 days. And I'm not saying it's always like that, but it's definitely helping the immune system is what I've noticed. So, and I mean, and also finding purpose
Mhm.
or hobbies or new activities or new people. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's one of my passions, and why I continue to teach and do Reiki is because I also like finding practical ways to apply it in life. And I'm
Mhm.
just really honored how you've done that, and love hearing the different stories of how you incorporate it into your daily life. Because I hear so many times when people like take a class, and it's okay if it doesn't resonate and they don't work with it. So I'm not here to put somebody down for that, but it's like when people say, oh yeah, I took a class but I just never did anything, or I didn't know what to do with it and stuff. And so that hurts my heart, because it's like there's so many things we can do if we start with our spiritual development or our own intuition or just our physical body and getting it out of fight or flight. From that place, what to go next. So it's just such an easy tool to incorporate, and then as as you work with it, it just continues to grow. So
Right. There's always something new. I swear, every time I do Reiki, there's something new that comes up, and I'm like, oh, I didn't feel this before, or, or yeah, there's definitely, and you are like a powerhouse of information. So, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge. So I feel like your classes gave so much information. Um, I felt like I most of my questions were answered. So I'm really glad I took your classes because I just don't know. I'm glad I stumbled upon you.
thank you. I'm glad you stumbled upon me too, and thank you for
Yeah.
the feedback. I love to hear, feedback on how what people find helpful in the classes. So thank you for that. So what's next for you with your Reiki journey? And also, I know you have your tarot. Do you still have your tarot YouTube page, or?
Oh, yes, I still do my YouTube. I do readings for one sign, Libra sign. That's all I have time for, but I feel like it's resonating with a lot of people, and it's also helping me as well. So yes, I'm still doing that. And I've also been dabbing into sound bowl healing, like with crystal bowls. And I find that fascinating too. And it's just started this past winter, and it's been fascinating. The solfeggio frequencies and the chakra bowls. So I think that um, I'm currently looking to start practicing it professionally here in the area. Uh, and I'm like seriously looking into that. And so I think maybe I'll also incorporate the crystal sound bowls somehow, maybe not all of them, but just specific ones during the practice itself. So because I personally think that um, there's something about there's a reason why I was gifted a crystal bowl for Christmas and fell in love with it immediately. So I'm gonna probably continue doing that as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed Anastasia, and we did a chakra crystal class, and she played the bowls at the end, so I could do Reiki on everybody. And I really enjoyed listening to you play. You added a softness and a gentleness. And I remember in the awakening support group, you talked about how you kind of go into this flow when you play the bowls, and you could definitely experience that as you were playing. So it was so thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone and offering to do that for the class. So it was
Well,
wonderful.
yeah, I'm really thankful for the opportunity. And You play the Tibetan bowls, and I love those as well. I don't know if I like those better or mine. I don't know. I just like the sound healing.
It's
It's
like different medicine for different needs, and it's and I like both for different reasons and different times, and
yeah,
yeah. So, and that's why I love to, like I said, different medicine, talking to different Reiki masters, and so because we each have our unique medicine, and I think that is like the core, especially of Reiki Master, is pulling our soul and our spirit fully into this body so we can live our highest expressions. So
yeah,
uh, and I know, like, it's like we take the mastery and it just is the beginning, right, of everything, but it's just that commitment to allow more of your essence to shine through in day-to-day living. So, well, thank you so much for doing this interview, and I just hope
yeah.
that people are inspired or learn something new from this conversation that we had.
Yes, thank you so much. And I just want to add that, I think that if anyone's considering doing Reiki, um, well, first of all, if you're in the area, Audrey is the girl. just I just say that because I have had one experience with another Reiki teacher, and it was completely different. So I'm just saying, I just felt like, well, I felt safe to share, I felt like I was understood. Um, and there were other people who in the group also. It was all in person. Your classes are all in person, which is really helpful, and you take your time with everything and explain every single little thing. So I think I see, like, I am a person where I have a lot of questions, and so I need time to absorb all that, and I don't like to be rushed through. And so I think you do just that in your classes.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that, because that also helps people as they're looking for what type of medicine and they want in a teacher. That helps people realize that if I would be a good fit for them. So, and I also embrace the practical of, I've shared so many stories of how Reiki has shown up in practical, amazing ways in my life.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm all about taking these spiritual high consciousness concepts and let's use it in this physical world while we're here. So
No, yeah, for real, because I mean, we can talk about all kinds of spiritual concepts, but we live here on this planet, and the things are real.
we have laundry and bills and
Yes.
taxes and people.
Yes.
People,
So
our biggest weapon is people. So,
exactly. Yes. And yeah, and
well,
negative energy, even though we're shining light, I mean, we can get negative as well. That's a great one's another great self-help tool to release the negative energy. So,
yeah, and find the balance and harmony between our light and shadow versus like
yeah,
going into shame and guilt cycles about not
that's
being perfect. And that's what Reiki Master doesn't mean, like you're like this saint walking around the world, right? It's just like you've determined that I'm committed to this journey and seeing more of myself, seeing more of others, finding more beauty, contributing in my unique ways. I think it just helps us, give us a tool to guide on the journey. So
yes.
yeah, well, thank you. And then if you want me to post like your Libra channel for your cards or contact information, send that to me and I'll post it at the bottom of this video.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you
you.
so much. See you
All right,
soon.
bye.
Bye.